arm. It's definitely not a can of tomato soup. I'm gonna have to do some quick zombie surgery. Luckily, if I have to fragment my arm, I got conjunctions to fix it.
Sorry about that. Alright. Welcome back to the second edition of the Zombie Grammar Apocalypse Survival Guide, or ZGASG for short. Apparently you've survived in one piece, give or take. As you may notice, I'm surviving rather well. Notice I say well. Not good, but I'm well. Why? Because that's using correct grammar. When someone asks you, how are you doing? The grammatically correct answer is, I'm well, thank you. Not, I'm good. For instance, when approaching a possible hostile, ask, how are you doing? And if they reply with a low groan, good, they're infected. Strike immediately. If they reply, I'm well, then they're a fellow survivor. Moving on. As you may be aware, zombie bites are highly infectious. If you should be the victim of a zombie bite, do not hesitate to do what's necessary to halt the infection from spreading. Don't fret, it's not the end of the world. Although I guess the zombie apocalypse does sort of mark the end of the world, but let's not delve into semantics. It may be the end of the world, but it does not mean the end of your hand or arm. Today's Zombie Grammar Apocalypse survival tip concerns fragments and how to heal them using conjunctions. Now's a good time to open up your guide for those of you taking survival notes. Let's look at fragments together. Conjunctions. Fragments are parts of sentences, not complete sentences. Are ineffective. They're incomplete thoughts. They cannot stand alone. It's kind of like you need a helping hand and someone just throws you a severed limb. That's not going to get you very far. You will usually find zombies in fragments. Missing limbs, missing legs. Should you become an accidental victim of a zombie bite, remember to immediately do what you can to stop the spread of infection. Save the limb, and you're going to want to immediately use some antibiotic cream with conjunctions in it. For instance, here is the Band-Aid brand for zombie bites. Inside here, you'll find all the conjunctions you need. Get it at your local Walgreens. Let's see. Should you run into a fragment sentence, you need to medicate and fix it quickly. Have plenty of bandages in here. See what we got here. Be sure to write this down in your journal. You'll need to refer to it later. We have a special Band-Aid just for 4. Here's another good conjunction, a popular one. And. But is a great conjunction. Here we go. How about or? Never know when you're going to need an or. Yet. Not used enough, I think. Not yet. Am I right? Alright. Nor. Yeah, it's a real word. And popular for transitioning. So. Simply take the bandage, these are already medicated, and apply it directly to the wound. Band-aids for zombie bites. But remember, you're in the wilderness. You're not always going to have readily available medical supplies. There's not always going to be a safe Walgreens to borrow supplies from. You need to know how to pick out conjunctions when stuck in the wild. For that, I want you to remember the acronym FANBOYS. Go ahead and write that down. I'll wait. Don't take your time. You never know when the zombie army will approach. Moving on.
Never begin a sentence with
The
a
second
conjunction.
basic rule for using
Never
conjunctions
begin a sentence with a
is
conjunction.
also the most important.
Never begin a sentence
When
with a conjunction.
using conjunctions to heal fragments. Never.
Never begin a sentence with a conjunction. Never begin a sentence with a conjunction. Never begin a sentence with a conjunction.
Let's look at an example of a fragmented sentence. Zombie bites are infectious, period, curable. You're going to need which conjunction? Let's look in our box. See here. Zombie bites are infectious or curable? No, not really. Zombie bites are infectious, so curable. No, that's not going to heal it properly. Zombie bites are infectious, nor curable. That would work. But it is merely a myth. Let's see here. Zombie bites are infectious for curable? No. Zombie bites are infectious and curable. That'll work. Zombie bites are infectious yet curable? Very good, that'll work too. Zombie bites are infectious but curable. That will also work. So you'll want your sentence, when you rewrite it, to look like this. Zombie bites are infectious, but curable. Cured. No problem. How do you think I got these band-aids? Had to fight off a zombie. It's okay. It only hurt for a little bit. That's all for today's lesson. Once again, I gotta get on the move, staying one step ahead of the invading zombie armies. If there's any survivors out there, leave me a message. This is your zombie grammar survival expert, Mr. Flores, signing off.